had had enough. Like I had had enough, and she rolled over, and went to sleep. It was pretty cool.
Hey guys, we're live.
Oh, hey. My bad. I thought I had more time.
Oh well, but we are here. Speaking of time, we're gonna be here sitting here talking about the Wheel of Time.
Oh, nice segue, Dave.
Episode 7.
You're like a professional.
I mean, I've only done this 140 times. That's it.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, for any of those checking in that are here for the recap of Wheel of Time, see down below for timestamps, and we'll get you right to the recap so you can dodge all this bullshit.
Yeah, if you're watching live, then there's no timestamp for you. But
you're sorry about it. You're stuck like Chuck.
But if you are watching this after,
later,
then yes, they'll be below. Yeah, man. How's y'all's week been so far? It's been crazy. Like for me, like as far as like I don't want to go shopping ever again. I'm pretty much done with it.
Yeah, dude, shopping right now is terrible.
Yeah, customers are terrible.
Yeah.
You know what's even worse is going and getting an oil change and them not putting oil in your car.
Wait, I didn't hear this story.
Yeah, bro, I went this morning.
I saw some of this on the other chat.
Yeah, I went over this morning to go get my oil changed at the local Toyota dealer. Took my truck in, got there at like 7. I was there at 6:45 this morning, so I could be one of the first in line. 2 hours later, I get my truck back. I leave. I go to the chiropractor. Then I go to Walmart. Then I go to the house. And later in the day, I had to run back into town. Halfway into town, my low oil light comes on. I'm like, what the hell? So I pull into the library and grab a paper towel and I pull the dipstick. Yeah, dude, that shit was like bone dry.
Oh, man.
So I had to call the dealer, and they had to send a tow truck to me so that I would not drive the vehicle any further. So that is worse than worse. Like, I'm glad I was not driving any
like super
long distance.
Yeah, you'd have broke your car.
Yeah, I'm glad I noticed it. Yeah, and then I would have had to get a free car.
Yeah,
you should have. You should have
kept on driving.
I'm pretty sure they'd have been liable for that thing.
I do not need a brand new car note because I would have had to pay for that car, some of it.
Well, surely they would have.
There was a almost an identical vehicle to mine, except for it was a 4-wheel drive, and it was $13,000 more than I paid for my truck brand new.
Jesus Christ!
It was dude, it was ridiculous. What was another thing that was funny is I guess people have been living under a rock. Because while I sat there waiting for them to actually put oil in my truck for real, there was a couple walked in through the front door, and a husband and wife, older couple, maybe 50s, older than me. That the husband's like,
if you can believe
where
that.
are all your tundras? and the car salesman, I could hear him say, he goes, well, we got we got some tundras, but I mean, they're over here on the side. He goes, and the husband is like, I know, but I mean, like, where are all the tundras? And he's like, well, we got 2. And like, you could see both of these people look at the salesman like, the fuck are you talking about 2? Yeah. And I used to sell cars, and at this moment, I would have been like, did you guys just wake up from like hibernation or something? Like you don't know that there's
what's going on.
Yeah, like there's a shortage, like all new cars.
Yeah. Like the dealership that I go to is I've been going to it for, I don't know, 5 years now. And normally there's at least 200 or 300 brand new vehicles in the front.
Yep.
And this morning when I pulled in, there was probably 20 to 30.
Yeah.
Total. Including, I think there was 4 inside the showroom.
Nice.
Yeah, this is. I mean, for us, this time of year, it's a lot of these people coming in are not our normal customers. And so, like, we get a lot of people coming in asking for really popular items. And when they're like, oh, yeah, like we haven't had those in here in like 2 years. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, little thing, worldwide pandemic, coronavirus, kind of
Shipping
slowed down.
containers stuck
You might
off
have heard-
the
you might have heard of
Slowed
it.
down everything. Yeah, we're still living in that world right now, and so there's still some blowback, right?
Josh,
Yeah.
you got any Kindle? You got any
Well,
Kindle?
COVID.
You got any Kindle Fires?
COVID.
You got any Kindle Fires?
Yeah,
Oh, we got those. Y'all got those. Okay.
yeah, I got those. I don't have iPads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, COVID's over. Oh,
Is it? Is it?
cool.
That's the funniest part is like, for anybody listening, like we live in Texas. So we're about as close to normal as we can be in this state. But there are still issues when it comes to supply chain issues or stuff that's coming in overseas, store shelves, etc. And it's just like, there's some people really, I like that couple I saw today, like, where the hell have you been?
Yeah,
Like, turn the TV on or something.
I guess. But hey, guys, you ready to talk about?
Anyway, yeah, let's take
good
ourselves
shit.
to a fantasy world of magic.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
Let's do this.
Hold on.
Jenkins.
I gotta open up the right document here. All right.
I saw that reference today on Twitter somewhere. I don't remember what it was in reference to. Made me laugh.
And he's like, "Sure, you can."
Can I borrow some sugar?
So stupid.
I should not have laughed as hard as I did when I read that, or when I saw that video.
Jason, I feel like I'm gonna do this solid for you. Just YouTube search at any point in your when you're bored. Just type in like Guile theme goes with everything, and you'll find multiple compilations of the Guile theme going with everything. I'll give you a little nugget. There's a Maury skit where it's like he finds out whether a guy is either the father or not the father. Well, when the guy finds out it's not the father, they put in the Guile theme goes with everything, and then the dude just starts breakdancing. And it's about as funny as you can imagine that it is. So that's just one. But just type Guile theme goes with everything compilation. There you go. You're set. Okay. You're set for about an hour.
Oh my god.
All right.
Are we ready?
Let's do it. Ready?
Here we go. Yeah.
Pull
yeah.
it.
Hello, and welcome to Three Guys and a Mic presents The Wheel of Time, a new original series from Amazon. I'm your co-host, the Human Dart, along with
Jason Tsunami
and David Disaster.
No,
we did it.
We did it.
Yeah, we're back. We're back.
We're up in here.
Yes, man,
dude.
Back,
this show.
back.
How does this show keep getting better?
I don't know. I it's become a running joke, I feel like, with me and Jason, where every time I tell him I watched the episode, he's like, was it the best episode that you've seen so far? And I'm like, yes, Jason, it was, actually. Unironically, it was.
You know, probably unfairly, because we're doing a doubleheader tonight, because after this we're going to be doing the first 4 episodes of The Witcher. And both of these series are 8 episodes for the season. And I feel like this show is like, it's giving us nothing but story, and it's moving along, and it's doing a really, really good job.
Yeah.
And I feel like Witcher, I don't have to give away too much later, but I feel like Witcher is treating itself like it's like a 22 episode season where you can just have these little lulls where there's just nothing going on and there's no story moving along. But this
it's
fucking
very
like
episodic.
Yeah, this Wheel of Time is like University of Texas, all gas, no brakes.
So I probably will end up bringing this up on the Witcher pod, but since you brought it up, Josh, I feel like this is a good little spot for it. Just to address this for a quick minute here. Do we think it's because Witcher was written to be binged, and Wheel of Time was written to be a week-to-week show, meaning they needed to have each episode have enough content and enough things going on to keep you interested going from week to week, whereas Witcher, it's all come out at once, and you can just binge it all 8 episodes, so it doesn't necessarily matter as much how much content is within each episode.
I think it's better writing.
That's option C, and that's probably the correct answer.
Yeah, I'll agree with Josh. I think we have a 14 book like epic story in the Wheel of Time versus, I don't know, short stories, comic book, video games.
No, The Witcher show is based primarily on the books, which are a collection of some. I don't know the full story here, so feel free to correct me in the comments. I'm sure I'm wrong, but the books are collections of stories.
Yeah, they're very much like Conan the Barbarian. Like 2 or 3 book series, and then another 2 or 3 book series, and then maybe another 2 or 3 book series.
Anyway, we say all that to say, like, this show is really, really good. I would like to take this opportunity to apologize to the Zen Master, Dave, because
hey, look,
I was kind of fighting Dave tooth and nail going into this because I didn't think this show was going to be very good, and I was wrong, man. This show is really, really good.
Hey, and look, I'm right there with you. I was not fighting Dave, but I had my reservations on how good the show is. I was wrong.
Yeah.
Now look, it's certainly not as good as season 4 of Star Trek Discovery, which you guys will find out whenever you decide to finally watch it and be good friends. But it's a really, really good backup to cover every week. So I'm glad we're doing it.
This season has been so good for me. Like I have started reading book 1. I pulled the trigger, and I gotta do it because this show's been so good.
Dave,
I feel like
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah.
Let's tell the truth. Are you really reading the book?
No, you got me. I'm listening to the book. Okay. Yes, I'm a busy guy.
Yeah.
And look, that's how I consume my my books. Okay, it's via audio book.
Hey, look,
okay?
man, lots of people do it. Dave.
I also don't know how to read. For those in the comments, I am illiterate. Yes, I know.
How many
phonics
fake pages have you gone through so far?
I'm about I would say a quarter of the way through the first book.
So the first book, I mean, is it lining up with the show? Is there
So it
some
is
details you feel like we're left out that are like super important?
So I can talk about it here. Well, let's see. You get clues that Rand isn't the birth son of his father much earlier on.
So it kind of lines up with this episode.
Yes, actually. So you know how this episode flashed back to like Tam, his dad, like kind of like speaking gibberish when he was poisoned in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Well, this doesn't flash back. This actually happens just at that time in the book. Like it just happens earlier in the book. So it doesn't need the flashback to do it. So, but I would say like all the major milestones so far have been pretty much, from what I've read so far, have been spot on. Obviously, more detail. Read, yes. But they've been more details and stuff like that. But look, I've already read enough to know, listened enough of it to know that you guys should definitely jump in. It's really good.
I can't go back and do a book if I know how like the book is going to end.
Well, I'll say there's enough differences because you get a lot of internal dialogue. Like you get a lot of like how people are thinking, and so like it feels different. I think it's different enough. I would still recommend it.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I saw on Amazon like you can get the first 3 books in paperback for like $20. So I mean,
Nice.
I would probably recommend it at this point.
All right. Wait, Jason, give us that sweet ass recap, man. Let's jump in.
Let's do it.
All right. As Dave alluded to, we get a badass open of an unknown female warrior who also
Awesome
happens to be
cold
9 months pregnant. Yeah, dude, that was. I honestly, not to just get off track here, I honestly thought I hit play on the wrong show.
Yeah.
We had to just let it keep playing out, and I was like, I'm more positive that I clicked on Wheel of Time. I really thought it was a completely different show.
I instantly called out whenever it was on there that this was Rand al'Thor's.
His mom, yeah.
Okay, good job.
Yeah.
See, I did not put 2 and 2 together because I was trying to figure out if I had fucked.
Well, because I was trying to think, like, you know, like this female who's pregnant is crushing souls. I mean, look, this is going to be my first favorite scene here, not to jump all the way in, but here, and I immediately think, well, this must be an Aielman of some kind.
Yeah.
And then I think Rand al'Thor is an Aielman. Ding, there you go. Rand al'Thor's mom.
She also has
There you
red
go.
hair, which was a pretty.
And she's got a kid in her.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, is this where we'd say, look at the big head on Josh?
Look at this big melon.
Hey,
It's
yeah.
like a big globe.
Anyway, yeah. Oh, sorry, it's a huge globe. Inside the Hellfire Peninsula, dark go. A once fertile area now has been corrupted by darkness. We get the gambit of trouble from sheer darkness to a Trolloc to a summoning stone. I mean,
When you say Gambit,
Mark?
is this like a crossover with the X-Men?
I wish.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no.
Oh.
But anyway, we get a marked up guide stone to confuse those on the path, and then we get the black wind that attempts to corrupt the mind. Nynaeve shows her potential as our band is able to escape with her power to Fal Dara. Here we learn. This is where we learn the band actually learns that one of these people is the dragon, but the rest that are not the dragon will die.
Yeah.
And that this is Land's place he calls home.
Yep.
Nynaeve and Land hook up for sex. Rand and Egwene have some sex as well. After it's been revealed that Perrin has feelings for Egwene, so they were kind of a spat.
I told you
They
he
had
killed
makeup
Layla.
stuff.
I told you it wasn't an accident.
That's right. It's the only way he could be with Egwene. We meet a seer who says that
Min.
she recalls the story. Oh, is that what her name was? Min?
Min, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, anyway, Min recounts the story of Rand's birth, who was the pregnant warrior in the open. And Rand is the dragon.
Yes.
And he and Moraine sneak off to the Briar Patch.
Yep. To the Briar Patch.
That's exactly what it looked to me.
It did.
And into the Blight.
In the Blight, yes.
Yes, the Blight.
It's it's presumably headed to the Eye of the World where
Yeah.
the Dark One
The
is.
dark.
It's so unfortunate that Rand is the dragon. I mean, I just hoped against hope that it was going to be anybody, but just like I hoped that Jon Snow wasn't going to be this real super like pivotal character in Game of Thrones.
Luckily they
wrong.
wrote him incorrectly, and but he was important though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, he at least redeemed himself and had some really cool moments.
He had a
and
glow up.
hopefully
He had a glow up. Maybe Rand has a
did.
glow up.
The Battle of the Bastards, man, that was a huge moment for Jon Snow.
Hopefully
Hopefully Rand does something. Hopefully his mom is not the best, person in the al'Thor
lineage.
Yeah.
Lineage.
I know she's not from al'Thor, but I don't know what her maiden name was, so.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think, look, we don't know how many seasons this is going to be, but it's 14 books. I'm assuming that everybody's going to level up, and, once they come into their own with their powers and shit like that. So,
Yeah.
I'll say this. I still look. I know this is 14 book. what just happened as far as winning the Dragon Reborn. He hasn't taken form or, hulked out or whatever. Whatever he's going to do, he hasn't done it yet. But I will say that I am genuinely at a loss for words in what the fuck is going to happen for the next 13 books.
Meaning
like,
what?
Not
I
to jump ahead to predictions, but I'm presuming that they don't succeed.
Correct. Yeah. I think we gave away that.
Yeah, I mean,
spoiler last.
Like
it's just like I said. It's just when it's just like I said. It's just it's strange because something normally in a show or books like this, in other stories I've read or other shows or whatever. Something this big doesn't happen until like midway through the show or towards the end of the show, or then you culminate to the crescendo at the end. And this is just kind of strange that we're going to have this big, giant, pivotal moment. I assume in the next episode
again,
and then
not to jump ahead to predictions, but here's I was thinking about this because I think the idea, and I think what's going to happen is I think Moraine is going to get a nice dose of humility, because I think she's coming into this thinking, okay, the Dark One is still really weak. He's basically defenseless. He's trapped in wherever he is, and
it's a trap.
And I'm gonna take the dragon there, and we're just gonna fucking end this now, even though the dragon isn't trained. I think she's gonna get a big ego check, and
this is where we know
now that Rand is weak as shit, and he's not on board.
Well,
he's not on board with the whole plan. Like all of a sudden, when he learns that he's a dragon, now he's a little bit more into Moraine and what's going on. But like he ain't ready for this. No. He's gonna be the guy that fucks it up. It's not gonna be Moraine. It's gonna be him.
They're gonna show up, and that's when Palpatine says, that this is a fully operational battle station.
Yeah.
Right.
My prediction is, this clearly is not going to go well. Like I don't think there's not a world. Again, it's not a spoiler because there's 13 other books. Like this ain't it. Like this is not going to end well. Or it's gonna be like a Harry Potter situation where you think you defeated the bad guy at the end, but we all know that's not the case, right? Like there's gonna be a final scene that's gonna be at the very end and be like, oh nope, actually didn't happen. I feel like that's pretty obvious. Like again, I don't think we're not breaking new ground with that prediction. What did you?
But anyway, since we've ruined our prediction time, we're going to come back to that with some future predictions.
Let's circle back around to it.
Yeah, let's jump into favorite scenes. Jason, do you have a favorite scene this week?
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, there was quite a few. There was quite a few good scenes. I know that you're going to have your favorite scene, the open. So I don't want to steal that one, but I mean I think that is the best scene in this episode.
I mean, let's talk about it.
The other scene probably. Okay, let's talk about it. I mean, like I said, I honestly thought that I had hit start on the wrong show, and because we hadn't really seen any violence.
I mean, outside of that first episode with the Trolloc battle and Logain's army attacking the camp, right?
Yeah.
But even then, even the battle with Logain's army wasn't it
wasn't gory necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, this was like the first episode of The Witcher when he attacks those guys in the town. This is like John Wick level shit. Like this is 1 on 10, and she was
not
decimating.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, she was every swing of her sword was to kill everybody. I mean, she was there not to take anybody prisoner.
Yeah, and
while she's in the middle of childbirth.
It was
she's in the
good.
middle. Yeah, she's in the middle of
Yeah,
childbirth.
yeah.
Like, if she wasn't pregnant or having to worry about that, like, I'm pretty sure those guys would have been dispatched like in half the time. Like,
Yeah,
I got
they
the
would have
impression.
never touched her.
Yeah, I got the impression that she is
Correct.
she is a battle hardened, like upper warrior. She's not just a random schlub.
Yeah, she's level 80.
Yeah, she's max level. She's fully geared out, best in slot.
Yep.
All the enchants, all the gems, everything.
Oh
Gems.
yeah. Oh yeah. She's and like she's
It's that bonus.
yeah, she's got the logs to prove it and all the anyway.
But I mean, just the action in that scene, I thought it was really, really good. And again, like we've seen some action in this show, but we hadn't seen action like that. So that was really cool to see.
For me, like I think this is also a little bit of low hanging fruit, but I just liked it. I like this type of shit. I like the flashbacks that Rand had when he started putting the pieces together that he was the dragon.
I had that as my other scene.
Yeah, you get.
Yeah, I will say, I'll say this. I know that if I go back and look, it's not there.
Yeah,
That'd be the only thing that would be the only thing that would kind of ruin that moment. But that's the point, because you would have people like slow motioning. Oh, look, there's something going on here.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I mean,
and
you
would
can't
lose this surprise here.
You couldn't show the channeling at the time, right? Like, because that would,
Correct.
that would completely give it away completely, right? Like so.
Yep.
But no, I liked it because you flash back to all the moments where it's like Rand totally got out of this mess, like the one with the assassin. Like she was like, "Don't even bother trying to open the door. You can't get through." And it's like he gets through, and it's like then you realize, oh shit, okay, he was channeling. He didn't even know it. And then even earlier in the same episode,
at the moment, you just think maybe he's just got
luck.
increased strength.
Yeah,
but you don't realize that he's actually got he's channeling.
Yeah, and then even earlier in this episode, you think it was Egwene who was like defending against the Trolloc, right? But it was actually Rand who was channeling. Yeah. So
I thought that was a great twist.
Yeah, super cool. I like it. I liked it a lot.
I'm trying to think.
Those are my two scenes. So you guys stole my two scenes already.
Damn.
I mean,
not bad. I will say I like the humanizing of Lan, finding out his backstory.
Yeah.
I could really care less about the love interest situation with him and
Nynaeve.
What's her fucking face?
Nynaeve. You could care less about a love interest between two of the main characters?
Yeah, I could care less.
Good luck with that, bro.
But I did, like I said, I did like the humanizing. We get to actually hear the tale of where he's from. He should be a king.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was good
for the war.
I mean, I would take that and flex that into my favorite character of the week, which is actually Lan.
Yeah.
Which is, just getting to hear that backstory. I mean, look, whatever about the love interest. I mean, it's been building up for a couple of weeks, so I was happy to see that finally kind of pay off, and now we're in that world where we can stop having the build up for it. But yeah, I thought it was a really, really good Lan episode. I got a lot more buy-in for Lan.
Yeah. I also had Lan because I feel like he was featured in this episode like really heavily as far as like not just like a merc. He's actually somebody. But I do want to I do have like an honorable mention for Perrin. Like I love the actor who plays Perrin. I think he's like super good. I don't know. I just feel like his acting is the strongest of the three male leads. that we've had. So just a little shout out to him. But like I don't know how I necessarily felt about the potential like love triangle situation between him, Rand, and Egwene. That almost seemed a little bit. I don't know if it was out of nowhere, but because Josh, you said you thought there might have been something there.
I mean, it was a very subtle look in the
very first episode.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I mean that they've been planting that seed, like that's been a deep cut, I guess. But I mean, overall, I think all the performances have been pretty rock solid. I'm happy we kind of got the band back together, only for them to just immediately separate at the end. So.
Yeah.
But man, how excited were you, real quick? Like whenever this episode finished, if you'd have had the ability to watch the next episode, how quickly would you have turned it on?
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, we're at the finale. I mean,
yeah.
Like the shit is about to actually hit the fan.
Yeah.
But after the first or second episode, I'm not entirely sure. Like they were good, but I'm not entirely sure that I would have been like in a hurry to continue to play them. But I think from about episode 5 on, it's been like I've been like super mad that I wish I could just binge it. Yep.
Yeah.
Jason, who was your favorite character this week?
I'm gonna have to go with. Damn it! I know that I don't have an interest in the love interest between these two people, but I did like Nynaeve. She is trying to keep her shit. Doesn't exactly know what's going on. She's fighting the urge to care about. She's trying to be the protector of the Fab Five.
Yeah.
Because that's what her place was. From the start. And fortune favors the bold. Nothing hotter than a bold woman, because he was like, so good night. And then he closed the door and she's like, nah, that ain't how this is going to happen. And she just walked right to his house. And that's a strong woman.
Yeah. She's been consistently like that the entire time. She's not taking shit from Moraine. She hasn't taken shit from anybody. Like she has been
the Amerlin Sea.
Dude, nobody. Like she doesn't give a fuck. Yep. Look, that's huge respect. She's not anybody's bitch. So
correct.
What about least favorite characters this week? Dave? I'll go first.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Capital R, Rand al'Thor. I'm done. Can we go to the eye of the world and he just die?
I have a feeling that's not going to happen.
Maybe he'll be way cooler once he, hulks out.
Yeah, look, I'm glad you kind of say that, right? Because you were saying something about this earlier, and I hadn't really thought about this in my head, but now that we know Rand is, now that we know Rand is the Dragon Reborn, like, are we anticipating that this involves him transforming into something else, or is this just kind of like the President of the United States, where, like, he's the most powerful man in the world? It's a political distinction, right? He's not really like the Incredible Hulk. Like, is this guy just a Dragon Reborn, but he kind of stays in his current form, or does he get something out of it?
Well, I get the impression. I'm basing this off of how Logain was, right? So Logain was a false dragon, right? Like, he claimed he was the Dragon Reborn. So yeah, I imagine
super powerful channeler.
Yeah, I imagine Rand being something along that line. But the fact that he's the legitimate Dragon Reborn, my thought process is that he will eventually surpass what we saw Logain be able to do.
But he will stay in the form of Rand al'Thor and not turn into.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's turning into a dragon or anything stupid like that. Like I don't anticipate that.
Why would that be stupid, Dave?
Because you want Perrin to turn into a werewolf, then that's dumb as shit.
No, it's not.
Come on, Zen Master.
Look, I gotta put my foot down on some stuff. Like,
who's your least favorite character?
I mean, dude, it's Rand. He's a pussy. Like,
my man.
I mean, like, look. Rand, okay. Let me caveat this, and I'll let Jason go. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but like, I think Rand is purposefully supposed to be written this way, meaning
I hope so.
I
get
the impression, because the writing on the show has been very, very good, and obviously it's going off of the source material, right? So I have no reason.
Anakin Skywalker 2.0.
I agree. I think the point of Rand, because what we're seeing here is we brought this up, and we'll probably always bring this up, but this is a 14-book story arc. All right, we're right here at the beginning of the arc, and we have to go all the way, right? So like, Rand has to start like at a certain point where, like, we're just at the beginning of his story, and I feel like he is a very naive. He's very, like, he just doesn't know what's going on. He's a young, immature guy, and he just doesn't. He's basically being told, "Hey, you're the most important person in existence right now, and we need you to save the world." I'm just saying, like, most people would probably act like a bitch. Like, that's not something that you want to hear. So, I mean, like, he is my least favorite, but I think that's on purpose.
Yeah.
I hope so, because his character right now is a beta. But his character's supposed to be an alpha.
Which is, I think that's an interesting story.
Right. My least favorite character of the week, since I'm not gonna do Rand. I'm not gonna make it
a sweep, but you wanted to.
I'm gonna go with. I did. I'm gonna go with because dude, every time he's on the screen, all he needs is that one braid sticking out of the side of his head. It's like
you just want to hear him say, like, "Sand. I hate sand."
Anyway. I'm gonna go with the Egwene.
Oh, okay.
There is no way that she did not know. She did not know.
Oh,
bullshit. I call bullshit.
Oh, about Rand being the dragon?
Yeah, Rand.
No, Perrin. She knew Perrin was into her.
Gotcha.
She probably been playing Perrin for a decade. Poor Perrin. I know. I said she probably played Perrin for the last decade.
Yeah.
I mean, she knew. She had to know, and Perrin was just kind of like that. Plan B.
Look, dude, I straight up had a fist bump whenever the Black Wind was like, "You meant to kill Layla. You know you like what's her face, Wayne." I was like, I called it.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yep, you were right. You
Yeah.
were right. Perrin was like, "Oh, I guess I'm available."
Yeah.
Because the thing is that if if you go back and you think about it, Egwene told Rand, "It's over. Like, I can't take a husband. I'm gonna go be the Wind Whisperer or whatever she was, the Weather Lady."
The wisdom.
And probably told Perrin. Yeah, and Perrin's like, "Well, I mean, if I wasn't married, would we?" She probably didn't tell him no.
Well, look, we also didn't see an entire month of their journey while they were traveling with the Leaf people, so.
Correct.
Just
You
saying.
just don't know what happened. Just saying. It's lonely out on the road.
Yeah.
You know the rules of the road.
All right, so hey, we gave away a lot of predictions already. Do we have any other predictions or questions out there? I have one.
Go for it.
So what's up with and you guys are gonna have to help me with the name here. The peddler.
Pot on Fane.
Yeah. So he comes through the ways.
Yep.
And then he appears to be, is he in custody walking through the town, or is he walking through the town with some backup?
I think he's walking through the town with some backup.
Yeah.
I mean, it would appear that this is no longer coincidental and that he would have to be a dark friend?
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Well, see, so this is why I thought from the first episode to the second episode why he was the guy in the white cloak. Because like when the Trollocs are just destroying the two rivers, like he's smiling and like kind of backing up, and I was just like, oh, okay, this dude's like evil. He's in on the deal. And then the next episode, you see this guy cutting up. Anyway, that's what was misleading me. I guess I didn't understand what a dark friend was or what the potential that there was a dark friend at the time. But so are there levels to this shit? Because I mean, this dude's traveling through the ways. I get the feeling the bartender probably wasn't going to be able to travel through the ways. So like, is this dude like a high-ranking official? Is he like a general in the Dark Friend army?
I think that's safe to say that. I mean, that's probably a safe prediction, right? I mean, I assume that the Dark One probably has, people of higher trust levels or higher power that are on the outside.
Yeah. Like, does this guy end up really being like the first boss in the of the season? Like they go there to fight the Dark One, but they end up fighting this guy instead.
Could be. I like that.
I do like that actually.
That could be interesting.
One thing that they, correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, they haven't shown is like, we don't know if Dark Friends actually have powers, right? Like,
yeah. Well, Homegirl got bladed to the throat.
Yeah.
Now, if she did have any abilities,
she would see them in their dreams, right? That was what her thing was. She said she had seen all 5 of them before.
Yes. Because I think she said that the Dark One was talk to her all the time.
Yeah.
So like, it's clear that wherever he is, right, he's trapped, right, but he is still getting information in and out. So he's not unaware of what's happening.
Yeah. Like I'm guessing he's telling this dude like, "Yo, these guys are coming for me, and I'm not in a good spot right now. Like, I'm gonna need some help."
Yeah. Or is this part of the plan? Like, hey, make sure you get all of them there. Make sure they're all there.
At this point, like we were talking about earlier, like it's fairly obvious now that they're not about to defeat the Dark One, supposedly weakened at this state.
Yeah.
And I made a Star Wars joke earlier about it, but this could totally be a trap to draw in the Dragon Reborn when the Dragon Reborn is most likely be able to be turned. Yeah. So, I mean, this whole thing could be.
So, question, or just there might not be an answer. I'm just going to throw this out there, see what you guys think about it. But if you have comments, make them. But so the Dragon Reborn is reborn, right? Okay, so that means that there's been previous dragons, right, in the past.
The last one broke the world.
Yeah. Correct. Why do you think that the Dark One has already defeated the dragon before, and that's why the Dark One's still alive? Like, why wouldn't the Dark One be already defeated at this point?
Maybe the Dark One can't truly be ultimately destroyed in the sense of, like, never coming back.
Well, then why is Moraine taking them there?
Because maybe she doesn't understand. Like, maybe she doesn't understand the process. Like, she probably hasn't gotten far enough to realize that there's like 4 Horcruxes that she's going to have to go find.
I'm just
they're
like,
gonna have to use. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just trying to I'm trying to understand, like, because I get the impression, or I guess it's just more of a prediction or whatever, but like, I feel like my prediction is like, I don't think this is going to be like, so if the Dark One isn't reincarnating, if it's just the dragon that's reincarnating, is the Dark One going to see Rand and recognize him as like, oh, this is my old enemy? Like, oh, I know you, but I don't know you.
Yeah, I think this is more of a spirit
that inhabits Rand.
I don't want to say soul. Yeah, like, okay, so in the Dragon Reborn part, I would assume it's similar to, say, like a reincarnation.
Yeah, that's how I was thinking it.
of something new or whatever. But your
same energy.
Spirit, yes, yeah. I'm fairly certain that he won't see Rand for Rand. He'll see the Dragon Reborn,
and he'll
whoever
say,
the fuck that,
and he'll address him accordingly.
Yeah, to whatever maybe his real name is, or
that's kind of what I was thinking. Assuming they even meet.
Maybe it's the Dark One comes like, maybe like if he's defeated, then he goes away for a certain amount of time and comes back like as the moons line up, right, or whatever the scenario is. Maybe it's just one of he gets beat, he's defeated, he gets locked away, and then at a certain amount of time he comes back.
Do we think we find any of that out this next episode? I feel like we have to, right?
I feel like
I think so. I think we'll get a pretty good introduction to how this
process works.
Yeah, because I think we're going to be living with this guy for the Dark One for a while here. Because again, I think we all agree that this isn't going to be the end of the Dark One storyline.
I'm fairly certain, like the last or second to last episode of this show, whenever it is, that's when the Dark One's going to get defeated. Yeah, that's when the Dark One's getting defeated. It's not going to be before that. So.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier.
To answer your question, Jason, from earlier, I'm not to cut you off, I apologize, but I forget which one of you guys said it, but you're talking about, like, where we're coming to already at the end of this first book, is I'm guessing somewhere down the line, like, we start addressing other storylines, and the Dark One isn't the main storyline, maybe for some of these seasons, where we're venturing into other parts of other territories, or maybe we start seeing the Moraine versus Amyrlin Seat conversation somewhere down the line as well. So I'm guessing maybe there's going to be some seasons somewhere down the line that aren't super Dark One focused, or it's going on, but it's more of a background while other things are in motion, while the wheels of time are turning.
I'll tell you that if this Rand character doesn't really change into something more palatable, I'll be all up for a couple of seasons without Rand in it.
Oh man.
Well, we'll see. But overall, like, just...
Were there any issues? Did we have any issues?
I didn't personally. Like, I feel like this episode did everything it could to set up the ultimate episode, the season finale. Like, I think everything is kind of converging on the last episode. And if any of you saw the teaser,
I did.
It looks to be very, very promising.
It looks like Matt popped up in there, right?
Yeah, for a second.
I am very curious to see if it's just going to be a 1 hour episode, because to your point, I think that teaser clip was 20 seconds long.
Yeah, but there looked to be a lot of scenes. There was like a war, like a battle.
Yeah, I would love to see like a finale.
Yeah, like an hour and a half long finale. I'll take it.
The only other prediction I really have is I think the friends are all going to journey to the Eye of the World. They're going to go with them, and I don't think they're going to die. So I don't know what happens. I don't know. Maybe that's what causes the battle or whatever's going to happen with the Dark One to not be fulfilled. Maybe they go in there and pull Rand out or something. I don't know. But they're definitely not going to hang that dude out to dry.
No, I don't.
I have a question that we can all predict on. But here's the thing. I don't know how accurate prophecy is as far as timing. It only says that the ones that are not the dragon will die. So if this band of merry men make it, we could see all of them die along the way. I mean, still hold the prophecy true, because it didn't say that when he was revealed they would die
right there
immediately or in that battle. Yeah, so I'm thinking. So if that was the case, if we're just going to take the group that we're with right now, do we think anybody, and I don't mean just the Fantastic Four, but I mean like Moraine or Nynaeve or anybody else that could possibly be in this group, do we think any of them die in this season finale?
No, I don't.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think you spend.
Neither do I.
I don't think you spend even though I understand this is books that it's referencing, but I don't think you invest. It's clear like they're investing a lot of time and effort into these characters. The main 5 or 6 characters. I don't think any of them are dying, personally.
Yeah, I mean, look, the only caveat to that is Ned Stark, right? There's always like that Ned Stark thing in the back of your head of like, I mean, look, every single one of us, when we saw that sword going for Ned Stark's head, was like, yeah, it's not going to happen. Somebody's going to
save this guy.
Did they just cut his head off?
Now that ended up being a George R.R. Martin theme going, throughout the whole show. Is Robert Jordan like that? I think this season will answer that, right? Like, I think if no one dies, then not.
I think everybody's gonna be safe for a while.
Here's what I tell you: I'll be shocked as fuck if somebody dies in this next episode.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe Matt dies.
I mean, they've already recast him. Like, so that's.
I know. It'd be like, Matt, we killed you. Nah, this is my new form.
Are they gonna? Oh, maybe they kill Matt, and they're like, yeah, next season, this is Matt reborn.
Oh no, he's like they just create a whole new. I think that would go poorly. Overall, man, I cannot wait for the next episode. I am super excited. And
even Amanda loves the show. I can't watch it without Amanda. She won't let me.
Even my son, we were talking about what we need to do this week, and he was like, "Well, don't forget, we got Wheel of Time coming up."
Yeah, like so.
Nice. Like you're right, we do.
I'll be watching it I'll be watching it Thursday night. As soon as the wife falls asleep, boop, turn that shit on. It'll be good to go. So,
I got to work super late. I'm probably not watching it till Christmas Day.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'll definitely spoil it all for you before you get a chance to watch it. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I won't do that.
Oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever.
If you do that, it might actually be 2 guys and a mic after all this.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to you, buddy. But
all right,
I think we're finished with another podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna be back in about 5 minutes for the next podcast.
Yeah. So
stick around.
In the meantime,
stick around.
Yeah.
Take it easy, everybody.